Hallo, liebe Freunde. Hello, dear friend. Ich heiße Ananya und Sie lernen German mit Ananya. My name is Ananya and you are learning German with Ananya. So today I'm gonna start A1 level course book, which is a Netzwerk Neue course book. So from today onwards, I will help you with all the chapters. We will do course book as well as the Arbeitsbook of Netzwerk Neue. So let's start with the A1 level. So Kapitel 1. Kapitel 1 means chapter 1. So capital word means chapter. So you have to note it down each and every word. What will I suggest you here? Make a small notebook. You have to write down the German words as well as write down the English words so that you can everyday learn those. Guten Tag. So what is the name of the chapter is Guten Tag. Guten Tag means good day. Guten Tag also means good afternoon. So let's start with the chapter number 1 of A1 level. Okay, so which topics do we have to cover? First is greetings, formal and informal conversation, alphabets, numbers, Personalpronomen, Verb and Conjugation. So these are our main topics which we have to cover in chapter number 1. So let's start with greetings. So do you have any idea that how we will generally say, how we will greet someone in German language? In English, we generally say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night. These kind of words, right? But in German, how will you greet someone? We will learn those today. So let's start. So the first one is hello. If you want to say hello in German language, it will be hallo. Hallo. Now, the most four important good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Now, how will you say for formal conversation? We generally need these terms. So, Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Please repeat after me because pronunciation is very important, and from your first day it is very important that you should pay attention on each and every pronunciation. So good morning in German is Guten Morgen. Good afternoon, Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Good evening, Guten Abend. Guten Abend. And good night in German language is Gute Nacht. Gute Nacht. So let's repeat once again. Good morning, Guten Morgen. Good afternoon, Guten Tag. Good evening, Guten Abend. And good night is Gute Nacht. So you have noticed a Guten Tag. I told you that Guten Tag means good day, but here it is good afternoon. So yes, guys, same word but two meanings. Let's move forward. Formal goodbye and informal goodbye. So we should know both of them, when to use formal and when do we have to use informal goodbye. But what do we call formal goodbye in German language? This is Auf Wiedersehen. Noch einmal, once again, Auf Wiedersehen, which means goodbye. And what will be the informal goodbye? This is Tschüss. Tschüss, which means bye. Great. Now, if you want to thank someone, if you want to say thank you, how will you say that? Danke. Danke. And if you want to say excuse me, you can say Entschuldigung. You have to break it down. First of all, take ENT, which is ent, then Schul, 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 then DID, then GUNG, Gung, Entschuldigung. So, what is this? Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung. Great. The same word Entschuldigung also means I am sorry. I am sorry. So again, one word with two meanings. So excuse me as well as I am sorry. And Entschuldigung. Great, guys. Now we have learned these words. Let's do one formal conversation. How will you do a formal conversation? Now, if you're thinking with whom do we have to do formal conversation we will do with superiors, with teachers, with strangers. If you don't know someone, instead of saying informal, you have to use formal there. Make a formal, start a formal conversation, right? So you should keep it in mind and when to use formal and when to use informal one. Because German peoples are very straightforward. So if there are any strangers, prefer to speak in formal conversation. Now, how to introduce yourself in a formal way. So these are two kids. You can see here a boy and a girl. Let's see their conversation. Guten Tag. Mein Name ist Ananya. Wie ist Ihr Name? So you can write down the meanings as well. Although we will learn the meanings later as well, but you can also write now. Guten Tag. Good afternoon. Mein Name. My name ist Ananya. Is Ananya. Wie ist Ihr Name? What is your name? So, my Name is Ananya. My name is Ananya. What is your name? Guten Tag, Frau Ananya. Good afternoon, Miss Ananya. My Name is Ronak. So, my name is Ronak. So, you have to conversation like this. If you want to ask someone, then what is your name? You have to greet like this. Okay, Guten Tag. My Name is Ananya. Wie ist Ihr Name? What is your name? So, let's move further. Now, how to greet? How will you greet someone? How will you ask that, how are you? Guten Tag, Herr Ronak. Guten Tag, Mr. Ronak. So, if you have remember, okay, you can see here with Ananya, we have used Frau. So, Frau means Miss as well as Mrs. But for Mr., this is Herr, Herr. So, Guten Tag, Herr Ronak. Guten Tag, Mr. Ronak. Wie geht es Ihnen? How are you? Wie geht es Ihnen? How are you? For now, learn these as a slang, right? So, what did Mr. Ronak said? Guten Tag, Frau Ananya. Good afternoon, Frau Ananya. Danke, thank you. Gut. Gut means good. Und Ihnen and you. So this is a general, attitude. You have to ask also that how are you also, right? This is a kind of a respect you're giving someone. If someone is asking that how are you, it's also your responsibility. You have to ask him back or ask her back. Similarly, the boy Mr. Ronak has read here. Guten Tag, Frau Ananya. Good afternoon, Frau Ananya, Miss Ananya. Danke, gut. Thank you. Good. Und Ihnen? Und means and. Ihnen means you. So what is Miss Ananya saying? Oh, good. Danke. Also good. Thank you. Great, guys. So you have done it. You have done the formal conversation. But if you want to goodbye, now how will you goodbye? You will say, Auf Wiedersehen, Herr Ronak. Bye, Mr. Ronak. Auf Wiedersehen, Frau Ananya. Goodbye, Miss Ananya. Right? So, till now, we have done the formal conversation that how to greet, how to ask your name, how to goodbye. So, important questions to remember. You have to remember these questions so that you can ask them and you can answer as well. So, number one, wie ist Ihr Name? What is your name? You have to write down the answer. If you know the answer, please mention the answers, then repeat again. Number two, wie heißen Sie? This is again same meaning. What is your name? So you can either say wie is Ihr Name or wie heißen Sie. Both are correct and both are formal. If you want to say that how are you, wie geht es Ihnen? Right? Great, guys. Let's move further. So, guys, let's move further. How will you do the informal conversation? We have done the formal one. Now we will start with the informal conversation. Now pay your attention here. How to introduce yourself. So let's start with the intros. Hallo, ich heiße Ananya. Wie heißt du? Hello, I am Ananya. And what is your name? What is your name? Wie heißt du? Hallo Ananya, ich heiße Ronak. Hello Ananya, I am Ronak. How will you greet someone? Hallo Ronak, wie geht es dir? Hello Ronak, how are you? In formal conversation, it was wie geht es Ihnen, but in informal, this is wie geht es dir. So these are two different things. Ihnen we use for formal and dir for informal. We will learn those in detail in our further chapters. For now, just learn, you can learn this as a slang. Hallo Nanya, danke, gut. Und dir? Hello Nanya, thank you, good. And you? Auch gut, danke, also good, thank you, great. Now, how to goodbye? Now, how will you goodbye? Informal, it was auf Wiedersehen. So, informal will be tschüss. Tschüss, Ronak. Tschüss, Ananya. Bye, Ronak. Bye, Ananya. Great. Now, in informal conversation, important questions to remember. Wie heißt du? What is your name? Wer bist du? Who are you? So, ich bin Ananya. Wie geht es dir? How are you? Danke, gut. Und dir? Great. Now, exercise time. Okay, so let's do these questions. You have to match this. Ergänzen Sie. Ergänzen Sie means complete it. So we will start with our left hand side, which is mentioned in red. Woher kommst du? Woher means from where. Kommst means to come. Du is you. So from where do you come? Where do you come from? Number 2. Wo wohnen Sie? Wo means where, wohnen means live, Sie means you. So where do you live? We never translate do. Do, which is our English word, we never translate this in German. We will learn the rules later. Wie heißt du? What is your name? And number 4 is welche Sprachen sprechen Sie? Which Sprachen means languages, expression to speak, Sie is you. So which languages do you speak? Now let's move to right hand side. Ich spreche English und Deutsch. I speak English and German. So German in German language is Deutsch. Deutsch. We will not say Deutsch or something else, Deutsch. No, Deutsch. Ich spreche English und Deutsch. Ben, which is a name. Next, ich wohne in Berlin. I live in Berlin. And last option is aus Indien, from India. Now I'm giving you 3 seconds. Finish this and let's discuss the answers. Okay, now check your answers. Is it correct? If yes, then great. You have done good job till now. Let's move further. Alphabets. So we have covered greetings, we have covered informal and formal conversation. Number third is alphabets. So let's start with the alphabets of German language. So we have total 26 letters as we have in English, but there are 4 new letters in German. So total we have 30 alphabets in German language. So let's start with A. A in German is A. So repeat after me. A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, E, J, K, L, N, O. Okay, let's repeat again. A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, E, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Let's do again. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Great. So these are A to Z. 26 letters. Let's learn the 4 new alphabets of German language. So these are like, you can see here, A with 2 double dots, O with 2 double dots, U with 2 double dots, and etc. So basically these 2 double dots are known as umlaut. You can write the spelling U M L A U T. So these 2 double dots are known as umlaut. So how will you say A umlaut, O umlaut, U umlaut? And the last one is beta. We use beta of in our maths subjects. So that is the same, beta. Now, what are the pronunciation? A double dots, A umlaut will be A. O double dot, O umlaut will be ew. U umlaut will be ew. And the last one is S set. S set. So let's repeat once again. A, ew, U, S set. A, ew, U, S set. So let's see some example of these 4 new alphabets. Of A, it will be Mädchen. Mädchen. Mädchen means little girl. Äpfel. Äpfel. Äpfel means apple. With ew sound, it will be schön. Schön. Schön means beautiful. Next is Öl. Öl. Öl means oil. With U umlaut, which is U, fünf. Fünf, which is 5. Zeus. Zeus, which means cute as well as sweet. And the last is asset. The sound will be double S. Let's see. Gross. So this is so. gross, gross, which means big. And again, Zeus, Zeus. Right, great. Let's move further. So guys, we will now focus on pronunciation, which is very important. So let's start. You can see here vowels. A, E, I, O, U. So these are the 5 vowels. We will start with these. A. A sound will be in German is A. A. So Apfel. Apfel, which means apple. Acht. Acht. Acht means 8. So A sound is A. A sound is A. So you have to focus on this. A sound is our A. You can see here, this is my A. So sound will be your A. You have to focus on this. Now, let's move further. E. E sound will be A. Yes, they are little bit opposite. A is A, E is A. For example, English. English, which means English. Next is elf. Elf, which means 11. I. I sound will be E. E. For example, Indian. Indian. Italian. Italian. So, A as A, E as A, I as E. So, yes, they are a little bit tricky. You can say that. Next is O. O sound is O, thank God. So, what will be, for example, Oma. Oma. Oma means grandma. Opa. Opa, which means grandfather. And U sound is oo. Oo. You can also write Hindi wala oo. Right? Oo. Und or Und, which means and, Right. Now, these are some exceptional. J, S, B, Y, Z. Z. So, let's start with J. Now, J sound is here Y. Year. You can note it down. J as year. Hindi wala year. So, pronunciation will be like Yuli. Yuli. Not Julie. No. It will be Yuli. Yuli. Next is Uni. Uni. Yuli and Uni is July and June. S as Z. Z. Zonner. Zonner. Samstag. Samstag. Zonner means sun. Samstag is Saturday. So Zonner. Samstag. V sound is F. F. Hindi से फ से फल. F. V as F. Fear. Fear. Fear sane. Fear sane. Fear means 4. Fear sane means 14. Y sound is U. U. For example, tube. Tube. Tupen. Tupen, which means type and types. And the last is Z, which is saw. For example, sane, sum. Sane, sum. So basically here S and Z, they are like opposite. They are attracting to each other. So Z is zo and Z as saw. I hope it is clear. Although we will do more practice in the pronunciation, I will share more videos of pronunciation. But for now, you are only doing chapter number 1. So this is enough for your chapter number 1. So let's move further. Now, V is Ihanama. What is your name? Now, how will you answer this? My Name ist Ananya. My Name ist Ananya. Right. So my name is Ananya. Whatever your name, you have to mention that. So, wie ist Ihr Name? Answer this. Great. Now, spell out your first and last name. How will you spell your first and last name? This is very important. That's why we learn the alphabets. So this is very important, and in your A1 level exam, the examiner will ask you to spell out whether it's your first name or your last name or anything else. But yes, they will definitely ask you. So what is exactly question? Können Sie Ihren Vorname und Nachname auf Deutsch buchstabieren? Können Sie Ihren Vorname und Nachname auf Deutsch buchstabieren? Can you your first name and last name in German language spell out? Buchstabieren means to spell out. Buchstabieren. So, Vorname. Vorname means first name. So it will be your first name, and Nachname will be your last name. Right. So Vorname is your first name and Nachname means your last name. For example, my first name is Ananya. So how will you now spell this? So this is very important. Now pay attention here. Okay. So Ananya. This is my name. How will you spell this? It starts with A. So A in German is A, N, A, N. Y in German is Y, ja, Ananya. So how will you spell this? A, N, A, N, Y, A. So basically you will only take the spell. You will only take the pronunciation of the alphabets, but the name will be the same. The alphabets will remain the same. You will only take the pronunciation. Right. So this is Ananya. Now, for example, this is your name. Julia. Julia. Now, how will you pronounce this word? How will you spell out? Yacht. U L E A. Julia. Great. Okay. Now, can you spell out this one? Can you spell this word in German language? Okay. Let's do this together. D A U T S C H. Deutsch. Clear? Great, guys. So you have to spell like this. Okay. Let's move further. Now, Nachname. Although my last name is not this one, but we will do the practice. So Nachname is M A E A R. R in German is R. You have to pay attention here. So M A E A R. Meyer. Meyer. I hope this is clear. So you have to spell out your first name as well as your last name. This is very important. Okay, with this, let's do one more. Wie ist Ihre E-Mail-Adresse? So it means what is your email address? For this, we have to remember these four. At the rate in German is at. at. Dot, full stop in German is Punkt. Punkt. Underscore in German is Unterstrich. Unterstrich. And minus in German is Minus. Minus. So let's check. So how will you say? So let's take an example. My email address is ananya.2_rc@gmail.com. So how will you say? Meine E-Mail-Adresse ist. Now let's spell it out. Which one you have to spell? Okay. So let's repeat this. You have to spell it out. Ananya. How will you say this in German? A N A N Epsilon A. Now dot was Punkt 2. Okay, you don't know what is 2. We will learn this now. But for now, I'm telling you, 2 in German is zwei. Underscore is Unterstrich. Good. Unterstrich R C at. Now Gmail in German. G M A E L .com. C-O-M. So you have to spell it out like this. So meine E-Mail-Adresse ist ananya.2_rc@gmail.com. Noch einmal, meine E-Mail-Adresse ist ananya.2_rc@gmail.com. Great, guys. So now can you tell me that what is your email address? Wie ist Ihre E-Mail-Adresse? So how will you say? Meine E-Mail-Adresse ist, mention that. Great, guys. So important questions to remember. Wie ist Ihr Name? What is your name? Können Sie Ihren Vornamen und Nachnamen buchstabieren? Can you spell out your first name and last name? And number third is, wie ist Ihre E-Mail-Adresse? So what is your email address? So you have to answer those. Okay, let's move further. Start with numbers. Numbers in German language. We have covered the alphabets, now numbers, which is our next important topic. So pay your attention here. Zahlen. Zahlen means numbers. So one is eins. Repeat after me. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn. Great. Repeat again. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn. Great. 11 to 20. We will do only today 1 to 20. 21 onwards, we will do in chapter number 2. So 11 is elf, 12. Repeat again, elf. 12 is 12. Now 13 onwards, thank God that it is very easy. Yes, guys, 13 onwards, this is very easy. So basically 13 is 3 plus 10, right? So 3 in German is drei and 10 in German is zehn. So it will become 13. 13. What will be 14? Now 14 is 4 plus 10. Right, okay. Let me help you here. 14 is here, 4 plus 10. Now, can you tell me what is 4 in German? 4 is fear and 10 is sane. So it will become fear sane. Fear sane. Repeat again. Fear sane. Great. 14 is fear sane. Similarly, 15 is fünf sane. 16 is Zexane. Now, 16 and 17, these are two highlighted. Why so? Reason is 16 and 17. 16, 6 is Zex. So we will not add the last S. We will remove this S. So it will become Zexane. Similarly with 17, 7 in German is Sieben. We will remove the last en, so it will become Sieben. So my answer will be Siebzehn. Siebzehn. So Siebzehn. 18 is Achtzehn. Achtzehn. Neunzehn. Neunzehn. Zwanzig. Zwanzig. Great. Let's repeat again. Elf, zwölf, dreizehn, vierzehn, fünfzehn, sechzehn, siebzehn, 18, 19, 20. Good, guys. Okay, so next question is wie alt sind Sie? How old are you? Ich bin, if you are 18 years old, you will say ich bin 18 Jahre alt. So 18 in German is 18. Years in German is Jahre. Old is alt. So, ich bin 18 Jahre alt. Clear? Good, guys. Wie ist Ihre Handynummer? So, what is your phone number? Yes, now you have to tell this in German language. So, let's start. For example, this is your phone number. Right. Now, how will you say this in German? You cannot say like 5487. No, this is English. In German, 5 is fünf, vier. Let's start. Fünf, vier, acht, sieben, neun, zwei, eins, vier, sechs, drei, zwei. So you have to say it like this. Okay. What will be the proper answer? Let's see. Meine Handynummer ist, my phone number is, then you have to mention. As you can check in English, I have mentioned 1036598537. So let's do this in German. So wie ist Ihre Handynummer? Meine Handynummer ist 1 0 3 6 5 9 8 5 3 7. Great. So, important questions to remember. Number 1, wie alt sind Sie? How old are you? Wie ist Ihre Handynummer? What is your phone number? Number 3 is wie viele Bücher haben Sie? So, how many books do you have? 2, 3, 10, 20. How many do you have? Just mention this. Okay, let's start with personal pronoun. Personal pronoun, so personal pronouns. So basically, personal pronoun replace noun. In English, we know I, me, you, they, we, he, she. The same thing we will do in German language. So you know this I, you, he, she. It we, you all, you, they. In German, it will be like I will be ich, you is du, which is informal you, he is er, she is sie, it, es, we is wir, you all is ihr, and again this is informal, you is sie, which is formal, and they is sie. So ich, du, er, sie, es, wir, ihr, sie, sie. Right. Now, if you have noticed, there are three you. You all, you. Okay. So these are like formal and informal. When to use formal and when you will use informal one. Formal you will use Z with superiors or with strangers, with teachers, with managers. But informal, which is do and ihr, you will use this with friends and family. Right. So you should know formal one, you will use with superiors and informal with your friends and family. One more thing, that formal you will be always in capital. You should know this. So this one will be always in capital. Why? Because this is formal you, right? So formal you will be always in capital. One more thing, there are three Z. You can see this one, and this one. These are three Z. Now how to differentiate between them? One is she, other one is you, which is formal, and the last one is they. How will you difference between them? We will do this later, but for now you have to understand using the verbs which we are using, which is our next topic. So you will learn that there. For now, you have to remember when to use formal and when to use informal. Right. Let's move further. How to use this personal pronoun? How will you use? So for girl, you can see here is a girl is standing here. So if I say I will represent she, so she in German is sie. So for example, this is Miss Meyer. She is 13 years old. She lives in Berlin. Translation is, das ist Frau Meyer. Sie ist 13, in German is 13 Jahre alt. Sie wohnt in Berlin. So, Frau Meyer, which is she here, she is replacing the noun. Right. So, Frau Meyer, instead of using Frau Meyer again, we will use a personal pronoun, which is sie. Similarly, we have used with she lives in Berlin. So, you have to always replace the noun if it is repeated. And you will always use personal pronoun. One more example, he, here it is he, so it will be er. This is Mr. Meyer, he is 15 years old, he lives in Berlin. It will be, das ist Herr Meyer, ist 15 Jahre alt, wohnt in Berlin. Now can you tell me what is a personal pronoun? Which one has been replaced? Herr Meyer. Herr Meyer is replaced by Similarly here. Right. Okay. So the last topic, which is a verb and conjugatio, verb conjugations. Okay. In this chapter, we will only do these 4 verbs. Later on, we will do more verbs in chapter number 2. But in chapter number 1, you only have 4 verbs. Kommen, to come. Wohnen, to live. Heißen, to call. Sein, to be. Let's start with kommen. Kommen means to come. How will you now conjugate the verb? How will you use this verb? First of all, take the verb stem. Now, what is the verb stem in this word? What you have to do, you only remove this last en and you will get the verb stem. So, verb stem in this verb is com. K-O-M-M is my verb stem. Conjugation is like this. So you have to make a table like this. Let's start with the bold black pen. Ich, du, yes, wir, ihr, sie. I hope you know the meaning of these words we have just covered. If no, no problem, learn those. Okay. So first of all, write down the verb stem with everyone. You can see here, comma, here it is, comma, with ish at e. So it will be comma. Then with do, it will be st, comst. With rgs, it will be t, compt. With wir, it will be en, so ending will be wir, common. With ihr, it will be compt, and zz, it will be common. So what you have to do, you only have to add the endings and you have to learn those. With ish, this is e, st, t, en, t, en. So ish comma, du kommst, rgs kommt, wir kommen, ihr kommt, zz kommen. Okay, meanings are same as you can see. I come, you come, he, she, it comes, we come, you all come, you or they come. So the meaning are same, but it will be different rule in German. Next verb is wohnen, which means to live. Verb stem is wohn. Now can you write the verb conjugation? Can you try it yourself? Pause the video and try yourself. Okay, check your answers. Ich wohne, du wohnst, sie wohnt, wir wohnen, ihr wohnt, sie wohnen. Which means I live, you live, he, she, it lives, we live, you all live, you or they live. Number third, heißen, to call. Verb stem is heiß. Stop the video and write it down. Write down the verb conjugation. Get it checked. Ich heiße. Du heißt. Okay. Because you can see here with do, this one. This one. There is asset. Whenever there will be asset, we will never add any s. So no need to add any s. Only you will add t. So it will be heißt. Du heißt. RGS heißt. Wir heißen. Ihr heißt. Sie heißen. I called, you called, and so on. Last is sein, which means to be. So, ich bin, du bist, RGS ist, wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. So this one is completely different because this is an exceptional case. So you have to learn this one. Meaning is, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you all are, you or they are. So you have to learn this one. So can you repeat again? Ich bin, du bist, ist, wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. You have to learn it also like this. Now, exercise time. Let's do this. Ergänzen Sie, which means complete it. Ich blank Ananya. Use this verb, heißen. Conjugate this verb. Check the verb stem and then conjugate this one and tell me the answer. I have already mentioned the English meaning. So it will be Ich heiße Ananya. Great. Ich blank aus Indien. Verb is common. Check the verb stem, conjugate this, and tell me the answer. Ish, comma, aus, Indian. I come from India. Number third. Air blank in Neue Delhi. Option is wohnen. Er wohnt in Neue Delhi. He lives in Neue Delhi. Z blank 22 years old. She is 22 years old. So sein. Here it is Z, she. So what will be the correct conjugation of she? Sie ist 22 Jahre alt. So my answer will be here ist. Sie ist 22 Jahre alt. Right, because here it is she. Okay, great guys. So we have covered today chapter number 1 of your Netzwerk Neue book, Kapitel 1. So what you have to do, I have covered all the grammar topics as well as we have done the exercise. If you have the book, then you can do all the questions. You can do it yourself. You can get it checked by me. And the most important, if you have the listenings, you have to work on the listening, you have to work on a pronunciation, and the most important is vocabulary. Learn every day 20 to 30 new words if you're in A1 level. Try to learn more. It will be great if you can learn 40 to 50, but at least try 20 to 30 every day new words. So that's all. Next time I will come with chapter number 2. So that's all for today. If you like my video, then please like, subscribe, and share. Best done and cheers. See you and bye.